Hey. Oh, and yeah, I see what you just posted in our chat. At one point during the stream, Kraut actually pulls up his targets list live on air again. Let me see if I can. Let me switch screens so you guys can see it better. That was another big brain moment. You can see he has Black Pigeon Speaks on there, Alt-Right Art, and Kelly. Battle Beagle, friend of mine. Brief Show, I can't pronounce. Brittany Pettibone, of course. Countercurrent, Cyber Nazi, David Cedarwood, Demography is Destiny, David Duke, Defend Europa, and Ethan Ralph.
Now, it's interesting that I want to take a bit of an aside. It's interesting that David Cedarwood's on this list because David Cedarwood's one of the original people that was criticizing him over the Rage After Storm thing, right? And really, David Cedarwood really shouldn't even be on this list at all. You know, he's not that prolific of a figure. You know, you talk about like Brittany Pettibone and David Duke, Black Pigeon Speaks, Battle Beagle, and Kelly, Alt-Right Art. Like, you know, what stands out here? You know, David Cedarwood's just a guy, just like Braving Ruin, that criticized Kraut in the early goings, and so Kraut, you know, went on his autism quest against the alt-right, and people like David Cedarwood are. I think
Cedarwood's mostly just tweeting and stuff now, right? Like, I don't even think he makes videos.
Yeah, he's just tweeting and stuff. So it's very funny, and you can kind of see that the real dark and malicious intent behind this library server is to archive tweets that I guess they can go back to and mass flag and report whenever they feel like they need to.
All right, so you got this link. I don't know if I'll play the whole thing, but I don't know if I listened to this months ago or not, but I listened to a little bit this, I don't know if it's this morning or this afternoon. I don't know. It all blends together at this point. But I think it's worth a listen. Kraut Discord leaks. Dame just posted it yesterday. I guess yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Let's play. You got it pulled up, Gator? We're not going to play the whole thing, probably. Oh, wait. Oh, what? What?
What's up?
Whose voice was that?
It's mine.
Oh.
I do have it pulled up, and they better have Dame laughing it.
Oh, man. The parts that I listened to, you wasn't laughing, but I'm pretty sure people will be laughing when they hear a little bit of it. You got it pulled up. All right, let's play it right now.
I'm basically trying to stay off the internet. When I spend time on the internet, I just whine about the ridiculousness of the situation. I basically watched something that I built for 2 years of my life collapse. I grew up in a strict household. My parents were very strict. They thought video games were the devil. Like, I always wanted to have a Super Nintendo. I really wanted a Super Nintendo, but my parents didn't allow me one, and they thought they could solve the problem by buying me a computer. I lied to my mother when I bought my first video game. I told her that it was something completely different. When I was 14, I saved up enough money to buy a PlayStation 1, even though PlayStation 2 was all the rage back then already. I got screwed over then when I was 15 because I bought what was sold to me as a Nintendo 64. Like, someone sold a used Nintendo 64, said, oh, it works perfectly, and I bought it and it was broken. The irony of me being accused of dirty tactics was driven off the internet with dirty tactics. Like, to this day, there's no evidence that I doxed anyone or gathered the docs of anyone. Oh my god, the fact that I gathered this data and Coach Red...
If you want, I'll suck your dick as well!
...fucking ass, because he knows I gathered it. The data I gathered on Coach Redfield is now being used against me, essentially. The first thing he brought up, why are you gathering private information, like, for example, on Coach Redfield? I shared the things that I got on Coach Redfield with Sargon of Akkad. Dude, just talk to my fucking scientist. The worst thing was how everyone bought into it. Fucking Mr. Repsion came out there to condemn me as a doxer, saying that I dox people. I don't know, like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, really seriously, Jeff Holiday, there are people that call him Dox Holiday and Jeff Holodox.
Jeff, why did you use the word Gus? Does it mean something in English?
Gus? No, I just used Gus. And yeah, it was to infer, like, dude, I do know who you are.
He got it so bad. The shit these people did to him. And you know what's really funny? I was contacted by a journalist, from a mainstream media source, who basically just said, hey, I heard you were gathering the docs of alt-writers on the internet. Could we have those? I said, no, I don't have them because I didn't dox anyone. And the journalist just kept pressuring me on and on again, going like, but you were the doxer. You gathered people's docs. No, I didn't. I don't have the docs of the alt-right. Gay animal, could you leave this voice chat because you never talk? And shrimp dick too, because I don't like people who don't talk in the voice chat. Well, the intention was to make videos showing how the alt-right is full of shit. And I ended up making the alt-right more popular on YouTube than ever before. And that's a horrifying consequence. Like, without me doing this, they would still be pestering people that, why don't you talk about race, blah, blah, blah. And now they have a channel with over 250,000 subscribers under their thumb.
Well, I don't think you should blame yourself. I mean, it's not...
I blame myself. I do blame myself. I'm big on this kind of responsibility thing.
I know you do. I think you shouldn't.
The reason I came back was because alt-right leaks started posting, and I found alt-right leaks to be interesting because it just showed that these people were literally doing the same thing that they accused us of. But the worst thing about that is immediately when alt-right leaks started posting, everyone was like, oh, that's Kraut, that's Kraut, that's Kraut.
I asked Kraut if he's the alt-right guy behind the alt leaks. He's saying he's not, but he keeps knowing, like he's saying he's in contact with the guy. I mean, a lot of the alt-right saying that it's Kraut, right? So I messaged him and I asked him if this is the case. And he's like, no, but I talked with the guy, and this got me thinking. It's like, why do they care if it's Kraut or not? Isn't this how the progressives are doing? They're like labeling people as...
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, they're labeling...
I mean, you're 5 minutes, B, and we're already going to horseshoe theory.
I just don't give a shit about PR. I'm going to be to people as honest as I can be. I'm going to show them who I am and how I really am. Like, Marikon has been complaining about this to me, that I don't put in any effort into my public image because I don't want to manufacture a public image. I have no interest in manufacturing a public image. The worst thing about the Rage After Storm drama is that it happened a month before it kicked off. Like, Rage After Storm went on her weird anti-Semitic meltdown, and I just tweeted one tweet at her, which was, not even at her, it was to the UKIP blog she linked in her channel description. And it was just, are you okay with these views, I think it was.
At Kipper Central, you might want to look into the views of one of your contributors, Rage After Storm.
And then 20 minutes later, Cedarwood tweeted at me saying, hey, that's kind of a dick move. And I said, yeah, it is. I deleted that tweet and tweeted at him that was a dick move. And that was it.
You were attempting to de-platform someone because you disagreed with them. And his response was, acknowledging it. I know that's what I was attempting to do. He was attempting to get her de-platformed. There's no arguing about that. He says it himself, he acknowledges it, and the tweet responds.
And Cedarwood knew that I had an app on my Twitter that deleted tweets about a month after I made them. And like a month after that exchange, he brought this entire thing up again. He dug it up. When the apology tweet had been automatically deleted. And that was fucking infuriating. Like, he kept that. He waited. He waited for the apology tweet to be deleted. Like, this is something that I've got pointed out to me by countless people now. I suck at public relations. Like, I really fucking suck at making a good case for myself. Yeah, I just blatantly have to admit
that's true. I would say that's true.
I just don't give a shit about PR. I'm going to be to people as honest as I can be. I'm going to show them who I am. I'll try to come in here more often. Just be aware that whenever you talk to me, you're probably being secretly recorded by Braving Ruin. Just be aware of that.
Braving Ruin is a YouTuber. He says he's not alt-right anymore, but he usually makes alt-right content, and he was a part of the skeptic community until he came out as alt-right.
Like, be concrete about it. Like, he bragged on Reddit whilst making liberal videos how he was secretly an alt-righter who had infiltrated the liberal YouTube sphere.
He's a master spy. Sorry.
Well, he now really is a master spy. I mean, he has people spying on me wherever I go, on my fucking Discord and wherever. Okay, here's a little secret. I already have a little personal friends-only server where we talk about video games all the time. And it has 10 members or something.
I had a great-grandmother, who was a Polish Jew, and she was lucky enough to escape the Second World War, to escape. And every time I hear somebody say that it didn't happen, I just lose it a little bit. I just get angry because I had my family, my great-grandmother could have been murdered.
I should have made history videos instead of the fucking race realism videos.
I think you should have been more organized with how you made the race realism videos.
No, he should have stayed with history.
I should have convinced one of the biologists to make their channel right from the start, rather than arrogantly presuming I could learn years of biology myself in a few months.
Yeah.
Kraut, didn't you have some videos about Gamergate?
A few, not many.
I would like to see those again.
I wasn't in Gamergate because I was working when Gamergate happened.
Right, I wasn't either. I was also working. My parents were conservative, and then I went liberal, and then I went full socialist. They will dismiss things because they say mainstream sources aren't reliable or whatever. And I was thinking about how similar it is to the what are called social justice warriors.
I feel guilty to a certain extent, not for doing anything bad, but for more or less generating JF's popularity. Because let's be honest about this, without me deciding to go after the alt-right, he would be a nobody still. Maybe I should take a step back and work on that. Whilst I'm off YouTube, just work on response videos to Jean-François Guérépier and then just upload them all at once when I come back. If I even come back.
That would be cool.
One of my friends was talking about him and how he pretty much just talks. He basically just begs a question a lot of the time and talks in circles. Well, circular reasoning.
By the way, let me pause at 9:01. Should I finish the last 4 minutes of this video? Zidane and Gator, what do you think? I don't know. I'll ask the chat as well, but
we've already gone this far.
I mean, you think it's past the point of no return at this point?
Yeah. If we want to stop, we should have stopped it a couple minutes ago. But at this point, you might as well play the entire thing.
We have to go the whole way. How about this? No. We'll give a one minute poll. Finish. That's all the poll says. Yes, no, 1 minute. So vote quickly. What do you think so far of this? Now, to me, it's funny all the way through. Especially, I would love to see those Gamergate videos, which is hilarious. But especially the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes is the class. I haven't seen the end, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something better at the end too.
I haven't seen the rest of it either.
Yeah. So what do you think? How does this man continually get recorded in Discord? I think that's another question. Maybe, you know what?
Because he's stupid.
Yeah, if I got recorded that many times in Discord, you know what I'd stop doing? Speaking in Discord. That would be right at the top of my list. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't get in these gigantic calls and speak, especially speak so stupidly, because they always end up getting recorded. Maybe it's a bad idea.
Well,
I don't know.
Here's what Kraut is to all these people.
He can't think like
all
that.
of these people like Wasley, Drolasta, Shitrat, Liberal Sanity Project, Kraut is just the tip of their gay ops spear. They don't actually give a fuck about Kraut. They just like to use him to push whatever narrative, whatever gay op they're currently doing, because everybody already hates Kraut, right? Everybody knows that Kraut is this wannabe spy master and gay opper. So if they use Kraut as kind of the clearinghouse, as kind of the forward-facing guy in all of these gay ops, then they can do all of this crazy shit behind the scenes, and then Kraut just gets blamed.
And that's exactly what Jim said on Sunday. Yeah, Jim he's the fall guy, basically.
Pretty clearly.
Yeah, he's the fall guy.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why a guy like Sargon, who did that video on CRP using information he sourced from Kiwi Farms, right? And that's why a guy like Sargon would go to somebody like Kraut, right? It's like, hey, I want to do a video on this guy, and I have his information that you've given me, but I can't do that because it would look really bad. It would, people would understand that I'm a dirty actor doing dishonest things. So why don't you send it to one of your academics on your board to post that information somewhere so I can cite it, so I can source it? We already know that Sargon knew.
All right, the yeses have it. 901. Let's continue, and then we'll be done with Kraut right now.
Yeah, I was thinking of actually making a channel addressing their constant Holocaust denial.
I wanted to make Holocaust denial videos. Oh, did you see that JF is a Kiwi Farms thread?
Yeah, I saw it. That's why I saw One of the original court documents, the appellate court.
He defended this. The worst thing is that Andy Warski is defending this guy. Andy Warski is not realizing this will be his end if he continues with that. He will be known as Andy, I was only obeying orders, Warski.
Certain alt-right servers, they ask you to take a picture of your hand, because I had asked one of my, someone I usually talk to on JF server to give me one of their servers, and he said, you have to take a picture of your hand, and I was like, dang it.
Can you send me a screen cap of that?
Oh no, this was like a month ago.
Just do me a favor, in the future, when you find shit like that, can you send it to me? Sure. I think I need to show this to other people who still don't believe me that the alt-right is...
Do you mean that we should find alt-right servers that ask you to take hand pics and screen cap it
just
and
in
send
general, when you find the alt-right doing cringy stuff, just don't forget to screen cap it. Actually, someone told me that Braving Ruin had something like that mapped out on his own server.
Oh god.
Where they talked about doing this on Minecraft servers, yeah. Sending people in to convert kiddies to the alt-right.
Oh
the internet was a mistake.
Dude, they literally are taking control of the internet.
See, that goes back to my question. What do they mean by white race? Because there are so many different types, like German, British, Swedish, etc., etc. Which one's the superior one?
The Nords, I think.
Yeah, I would go to Nordicism.
Who's Rhoda?
Like, I know for a fact that Millennial Woes and also Braving Ruin really wanted me to join the alt-right.
Yeah,
like, they seemed like bitter over the fact that I wasn't going to join their movement. Like, but nowhere in hell was I ever going to join their fucking movement. Like, forget about it. I'm basically to them the whitest thing there is. I'm a German, I'm of Prussian ancestry.
They think you're a Jew. They think you're a
Jew.
The whitest thing there is.
Yeah, well, that's because my great-grandfather is rumored in my family to have supposedly been half Jewish. That would make me 1/16th Jew. Wow, very Jewish. There's something interesting you can look forward with Trelasta. The biochemist I worked with. She looked a lot into the research institutions which give funding to the alt-right, okay? She found out that the organization which gives money to the likes of Richard Spencer also gave money to the Nazi Party 70 years ago. The alt-right is just as cringy as the fucking alt-right. It's possibly even worse, to be honest. I'm not into Nazism, but I'm kind of okay with, you know, being a racist sack of shit kind of people. The funniest thing about Braving Ruin has to be that he's half Arab. Jesus Christ. It would explain his anti-Semitism and his homophobia. And his closer to homosexuality. It would explain a lot, actually.
I always wondered, you know your avatar picture?
Yes.
Where did you get it? I'm curious.
I made it on an anime avatar app.
What?
That's cool.
I'm just gonna make a separate server for some people here who I talk to regularly then. I'm gonna let you guys decide who gets into this server in the future, okay? I'll be more careful. Just know that people will be secretly recording what we have here in the public server. Like these people.
Don't worry, we'll keep things quiet for the private server.
Okay, I'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow again. Good
Bon
night.
night, see you later. Bon night, Kraut. Bon night, Kraut. That was lovely. I would kind of crowd to create a new server for just us.
Our little safe space.
I would agree. I would agree. It's like a little safe space.
It's their little safe space. All right, we played the whole video. What is this screenshot? Oh, that's the one I already pulled up.
Oh, but there's only one thing missing from that video, and I think you know what it is.
Go ahead.
Yes, I needed that.
We needed that. I agree.
Perfect.
So yeah, the video's over. There is a new Aiden screenshot. I actually had this a few days ago, but I guess they told me not to put it out, so I didn't. And now it's out. Allegedly Kraut says maybe I should just fly out to the US and strangle Aiden with some cables. Nah, but maybe cut her tongue out so she can't make vids either. And then he talks about going after, I guess, her fiance or whatever. Said, oh, Merc would shoot the fuck out of you. Wouldn't recommend that. His house is like a Doom level. Then he says, how can you shoot someone when your house goes up in flames while you sleep? That does sound like something Kraut would say, I have to admit.
Yes, it does.
So,
wow.
I don't know. Yeah.
And we've caught him. There are numerous screenshots where and that was a part of my stream, right? Was that Kraut goes around like making these threats to people, telling them that he's going to do this, he's going to do that, unless you recant what you said about me, right? You have to apologize. You have to make an apology video. That's what he did to Aiden. That's what he did to Mouthy Buddha. That's what he did to a lot of people behind the scenes. And now he's trying to come out there and try to play the victim card. I was just a victim. I was being used by all of these evil people. They were telling me to do these things. When you have screenshot after screenshot of Kraut saying he's going to drill Mr. Medicare's kneecaps, that he's going to take a personal visit with a baseball bat to you.
Yes.
And it's countless examples of stuff like
he's saying all this stuff in public. I don't know. He's retarded.